Okay. Oh my god, can you actually see me? I got my coffee, I'm in my PJs. Hello, shalom, it's Rhiannon and I'm back, bitches!
No! God, please, no!
I'm actually a bit hot in this jumper. If you want to know the real tea, I've got a stain on the front of this jumper, so I had to turn it around. This is actually the back, so we out here repping. So, welcome back to my channel. So I was just going to do a sit down talking video, catch you up with my life, but I don't really like just sitting down and talking to the camera and like not doing anything, hence why I've made some coffee and I'm gonna get ready while I'm chatting to you. This is really not an ideal setup either, because if cameras could flip around like while recorded, you would see the state of my room and it's not nice. I'm also using a ring light today, which is something I've never done before.
Oh, sorry!
Also, I need some more under my eyes, unless I can steal some from under here, under the chins. Last video I posted was the Winterborn vlog and London Cocktail Week. That is still to date one of my favourite videos I've ever done. It's so funny. We got way too drunk in it than we was like supposed to. Yeah, come with you, buddy. Tee-hee. Yeah, but that was just a really fun video. And I know I always say this, but I really am gonna try and like keep, my ears are just poking out on this, keep regular uploads and all that shaboing boing, you know the drill. I just forget, if I'm honest with you, I just forget. So I'm gonna start with some primer. That's what we do, don't we? And it's only been the last kind of week or two that I've actually been using this primer, so we love, but I like it so far. It's the Revolution illuminating one. She's good. Look good. I finished my A-levels last summer. Was it? I don't know how you say that, last summer, in the summer.
Stupid.
No. And anybody that knows me knows that those 2 years when I was at sixth form was just horrific, basically. I just did not have a pleasant experience. If you had have asked me like in the summer, or like even asked me on a bad day now, I still would be like the worst 2 years of my life. But I don't say that anymore, because you have to learn from your negative experiences. So I have learned that although I didn't enjoy it, although it was very hard, and although I had people, teachers, telling me that I would fail, I wouldn't do it, you know, all of the shaboing boing above, I still somehow did my A-levels and I passed my exams, you know, when people were telling me that I wouldn't. So, life lessons, don't regret anything, just learn from your experiences.
Oh my god! Wow!
So, and I learned that I've got willpower and I'm strong, and you can do anything if you put your mind to it. So, lessons. Also, coffee before it gets cold. Sip. Oh, it's hot. It's not cold, it's hot. This is my favourite mug as well.
God, no one cares.
So, where was I going with that story? We go to a place called the Isles of Scilly, or the Scilly Isles, which is, correct me if I'm wrong, 28 miles off Land's End, so it's off Cornwall. So for us it's about a 6-hour drive down to Penzance, and then a 2.45-hour ferry to this like magical place that nobody knows about, the Isles of Scilly. And so for about 6-7 years we've been going there every year for 3 to 4 weeks, and we normally camp there. And so we absolutely love it there. It's just the nicest place ever. It's a bunch of small islands, and on like the biggest island, even though it's still tiny, there's lots of like pubs and restaurants and bars and like stuff like that. There's not lots of bars, I'm honestly making this up. There's like 3 hotels and like 3 pubs, you know, it's so tiny. But anyway, a lot of people around my age, so I'm 19 at the moment, so I'd say from probably like 20 to like 30ish, 35 maybe, do seasons out there, like work summer seasons, so from March to the end of October, whether it's in a hotel or a restaurant or a bar. When we left this year, we left sort of August time. I went from it being a tiny island and living there for a month, and then I had an Ariana Grande concert in London. So me and Maddie, shout out to you Maddie, me and Maddie, we got the ferry, we stayed in Penzance in a hotel, and then we got a 5-hour train to London, Paddington Station, the next day. And just going from one extreme to then being in the capital like London city, it was absolutely mental, chicken oriental, and I didn't like it, to be fair. I really struggled with coming back and going back to normal life. Like, I just found it so hard. No. Weird to adjust to, and normally I'd always get holiday blues, but I never felt like that before, where I just was like, although this is my home, I just felt like I wasn't home. It was weird. So I'd been thinking, so I got back August time, I'd been thinking and kind of saying to my family, oh, like, I might do a season out there, but it was just kind of something that was said and not really taken seriously. And then, so part of me was like, oh, I want to do it, but also it's a big thing, it's like moving away and everything. But then come sort of Christmas and New Year's time, I then was like, yeah, I do actually want to do this. So, because I'm just, at this time, was just working at Waitrose. All my friends had moved away to uni. God, there's so much to catch you up on. All my friends had moved away to uni, and it's just me going to work and not really doing anything else, because I had nobody really to do anything with. And so that was a really hard thing to adjust to as well. And obviously, like, I'm going to visit my friends at uni as much as I can, but that's expensive and time consuming, and I've got work to do as well. Like, it was just a lot. So yeah, come New Year's time, I started to apply. I did my CV, kind of gave it a little bit of a zhuzh to get it up to a good standard, and I was just like pinging it out. This was my CV, and like they were like strippers just like, give me all your money, bitch better have my money. So I was just pinging my CV out. I love like phone call interviews and then Skype interviews and stuff like that. And I ended up getting 2 jobs. One was at a hotel waitressing, and one was at a bar / restaurant waitressing as well. For practical reasons, practicality, I decided to go for the hotel job because I got accommodation within. It was waitressing in the hotel, so it was a morning shift and an evening shift. So from 11 till 5-ish, I had free for the day. Just getting those chins. You know when something just seems too good to be true, you're like, this is just amazing, like everything is good, like something just has to go wrong. That's all I was thinking, is it's too good to be true, like it's just not gonna happen. And so I was in Costa a couple of weeks ago, and I got a call from the manager who had like taken my interview, my Skype interview, blah blah blah, like dealing with me. And he called and was like, okay, so we've got your dates, you are gonna come down the 28th of March. And I was just a bit like, you know, when it's just a shock to the system, it's like, oh my Christ,
Oh my Christ!
I was like, okay. Like, it was starting to feel real now, because obviously I'm leaving my job at Waitrose, I'm moving away from my family and my friends, I'm starting a new job, I'm literally like going to have like a whole nother life, really. Like, it was so weird. And so that was quite overwhelming. Oh my Christ, I forgot concealer. Ah! I'm just getting so carried away with talking. This is like the ultimate multitasking, and I don't know if I can do it, you know. Oh, got a cinnamon latte. And so that was just, I didn't even tell you, my foundation was the MUA Pro Base. It's so good, and it's £5. MUA is like my go-to. This is the Revolution concealer. It's incredible, like, you need to. Although I'm really on my last legs, like there's not much left in here. But we'll see if we can scrape some out today. And I just put it under my eyes and then just kind of under my cheekbones to... After the really short phone call, I got an email with my boat tickets on. And I was just a bit like, sorry, what? It was just like a lot to process, like in one day. I was like, oh my Christ, this is really real. And so as soon as I knew my start dates, I then let work know the kind of situation. So I handed my notice in. I gave like 2 and a bit weeks notice, because I only had a month from when I found out to when I left. And I was like, okay girl, you need 2 weeks to like get your life together after. So I worked my last shift. Last Friday was my last shift, okay? And then on Saturday, I went out from everybody from work, and it was a really nice night, celebrating. But Tuesday the 17th, I got a phone call, because obviously with the current situation of coronavirus, it was a bit, because this was like early stages, like it was still bad back then, but people didn't really know like what was going to happen. And so I was thinking, okay, maybe it will get delayed a bit, or maybe like, I don't really know. I was hoping it wouldn't, because at this time I literally had a week and a half until I was going to leave. But I got the dreaded call from the manager who was dealing with me, and he said, obviously just because of the current situation, we're gonna have to postpone the season, because if nobody is allowed to travel, which is understandable, no tourists will be going to the island, nobody staying at the hotel, nobody going to the restaurant, they won't need me. And as well, for health reasons, me going to an island, like if I was a carrier, like I wouldn't want to then spread it to other people, you know, and they just don't have the resources on the island for that. And so, did I just burp? Oh my god. Obviously it sucks, like it really does suck, because I was like, I literally just quit my job a couple of days ago, but it's understandable. And on the, what's the word, on like the grand scheme of things, like everything else that's happening in the world, this like minute thing doesn't matter. Like me not having a job and not moving somewhere else, like, doesn't matter. Like, people were sick and people were unfortunately dying because of this. So like, on the greater like scheme of things and the bigger picture, this really doesn't matter. And I'm trying to stay positive and look at the silver linings, and just kind of be grateful for the situation that I'm in. That's the thing at the moment, is that nobody is sure really on what's gonna go on. So that brings me to my next subject of quarantining, which isn't funny, so I don't know why I just laughed, but laughing is my coping mechanism. So to this date, we are the 22nd of March today. It's Mother's Day, it's a Sunday. I don't know when this will go up, but just know that it's a Sunday when I'm filming this. In the UK, all like pubs and restaurants and gyms and salons and basically everything has now been told to shut, apart from key stuff like supermarkets and shizzle like that. And so we're not on a lockdown currently, but social distancing and kind of self-quarantining is going on. Let's try and look at this positively. Need to clear my throat. As a way for us just to kind of stop and take a step back, reevaluate everything that we're kind of doing in our day-to-day lives. Like, it's so easy to get carried away and just like wake up, go to work, come back, go to sleep, do the same day over and over again. Whereas we can like take a step back, do some reading, write some poetry, exercise, eat healthy, rejuvenate our souls. That was so dramatic. I love it. But it's so true. And so even though, yes, I have woken up at like 12 o'clock today, I still did like a morning stretch. I made my bed. I got really itchy nostril. Love that. I made my bed. I went downstairs, made pancakes for breakfast. Now doing this. Like, as long as you just kind of keep yourself busy, no matter what it is. I've seen a lot of stuff online where it's like, oh, now's the time to like write that book or like start that blog and like do this, do that, learn a new language. And it's like, yes, you can do that, but it's also okay not to do anything as well. Like, that's fine too. So if you just wake up that day and just watch Netflix, that's fine. But if you wake up, read a book, do some yoga, that's great too. Like, don't put pressure on yourself. You got this, Travis. I'm now using I'm back to this like get ready, the MUA bronzer. We love to see it. This is just a brush from the Hoola bronzer from Benefit, but it's a good like applicator brush. We are contouring for your lives.
Think for your life!
No, now my nose is gonna run. Oh, I don't have time for this. Whew. I don't have time for this. Just realised I had no music on. Back to the motivational speech. What I'm gonna do is I need to tidy my room so bad, so bad. For those of you that might remember, is I had like draped fairy lights over here. Well, they fell down and like have tangled themselves, so I need to untangle that and like put them back up. Just sort my room out. I might just like strip my wallpaper, paint my room, like go crazy. Do something wild, you know? Wild. And then I just do this big old forehead over here. I haven't obviously blended anything. This is just me putting the product on at the mo. And then you gotta do those chins. But I think I'm personally, what I'm like is a roller coaster. A roller coaster. I'll be like, I wake up really, really positive, be like, yeah, you can do this, you're fine, you will be a bitch, it's okay. And then sometimes I'll be like, literally personification of how one may feel, but that's fine too. So sometimes you need to put a bit of Lizzo on and remember you are a bad bitch. Heard you say I'm not the baddest bitch, you lie. Oh, I just love Lizzo so much. I owe my life to her. I love her. But 2020, we are being mature queens. We are communicating. We are, I don't know. If If you've got something to say it if it's nice. If you've got something on your chest, say it. Do that thing that you've been wanting to do. Get the tattoo. I got a tattoo. Me and Manny got a tattoo. Oh my god! To be fair, it was on my list of things to do before I moved away, so we did it. I will show you in a bit. But just be the person that you want other people to be, if that makes any sense. So I think a good example of this is if you're, say there's somebody that isn't kind of communicating with you the way that you want them to, or like something's making you angry, well, just saying, I'm kind of expecting this person to be like that, but I'm not being like it myself. So sort it out, girl, and just do it. Be like, this is what I want to say. I'm gonna say it, and that's all you can do. All you can do. Now I'm just blending it with a slightly thicker brush. I've been filming for 30 minutes. Oh my Christ. Ooh, lip balm. I just realised you guys got crusty busty lips. This has been such a ramble scramble of words, honestly. But there's just been so much that I've had to speak about, really. So where was I getting with that last thing? So I follow a person on Instagram called What's Wrong with Molly Margaret, and she is incredible. She's like a guru. She does these like texting templates. This isn't just about texting, but just in general. And say, you know, if somebody or if like somebody has messaged you and you're like, I don't really want to speak to them, or something like that, and some people might just ignore it or like not open it or like ghost it. Like, come on, it's 2020, people do ghosting, and it doesn't mean it's okay or good, but it happens. And she's just got all these really good like texting templates, and it just made me think that if somebody ghosts you, it doesn't feel great, it's not nice, and you're just a bit like, oh, why did they do that? That's rude, or that's not nice, or it's kind of hurtful. And so I like to think, well, that's how I feel, so that's, I don't really know how to word this. So you don't want anybody else to feel like that as well. So if ever anybody is messaging you or talking to you or something, I'm trying to think of better examples here, then just think how you would feel in the reverse situation and then act accordingly to that.
Okay.
And just try and be the nicest person that you possibly could be, or most understanding person, because you never know stuff that's like going on, do you? Bronzing that forehead real good. And so, and you can't be perfect 24/7, but it is really good to try and bring yourself back and keep yourself intact. And I think that's just what I'm going to try and do, is just better myself, self-growth, and just be the best person that I possibly can be. Tee tee.
Oh my god! Wow!
We back. I was rudely interrupted by my brother. We don't stand. He was at the door knocking. My coffee! Oh, I'm so comfy though. I might be able to reach. Ah! Ah!
A few moments later.
It's my workout for the day done. Okay, we're closer. We don't want to be this close. I'm scared.
I'm scared.
You know when you just got so much stuff to say, you're just like, oh, whoop, 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 whoop. Okay. I in no way whatsoever would say this is a makeup tutorial. I would say this is me doing something to not feel, not awkward in front of the camera, but just a bit like, you know.
Disgusting!
Come on ladies, let's do some blush. This is the Revolution palette and it's so good. I use these.
Hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right.
There, and I just do this. Dab, 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 dab. I don't know why I do it twice. I've tried to just dab once and it didn't work as well. So twice it is, boys and girls. And then you gotta cheese. And do it like dots on the apple of your cheeks. Like this. Just keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it. And then just blend back. And that is the best technique that I've kind of found. And blend it back. There'll always be one side that's too much. So you just take your powder brush and you just kind of go over it to dye it down a bit. Dye it down a bit. And there we go. Rosy cheeks. We cute. We cute. This makeup that I'm doing now is like my everyday makeup routine. Obviously some days it comes out better than others because some days I'm in a rush, but I do stick to this. I think Georgia's got my I think she's got my, what's the word I'm looking for? Mascara. How dare she? Georgia, if you're watching this, I'm sorry, but I can't find my mascara, so I'm going to use yours. Tee-hee. Okay, so you know when your storage comes up like, it's full. That also really scared me doing that. I'm scared. Okay, I'll leave. So I've kind of finished my makeup. Ooh, last things to do is spray. Are we ready? I'm scared. I need to stop saying that, but I'm scared. Definitely not supposed to put that much on, but it's fun. That's fun. Woo! Oh, honey. That dewy glow. We really love to see it. So I might do my hair real quick, get changed, and then I'll come back to you. Also, I don't want to show you my tattoo. Can you see that? Okay. Basically, story behind it is me and Maddie for literally over a year have been saying that we want to get a tattoo, and you know when you've got so many that you like, I like the wave symbol or like the girl power for the raging feminist that I am, or just like cute, really delicate, like fine flowers, but I would only have them tiny. I just love really tiny and cute tattoos, and so we've been saying for so long, and we had this idea of the lightning bolt. Well, it's actually Maddie's idea, and I was like, let's get matching tattoos. It's just so badass and cool. Like, lightning is so cool, and there's so many poems and stuff that I love with it in, and it's just quite like sentimental. So we was like, you know what, let's do it. I'm so happy. I love it so much. Like, I texted Maddie last night, like, I'm just laying in bed, I'm looking at it, and I want to cry because it makes me so happy. I love it. So there we go. I've also got some vlog footage that I might like insert from it, because I was gonna vlog the whole thing, but I didn't, because that's me and I'm rubbish. So I feel attacked. Stop, don't attack me. Okay. Oh my god, I need to put some clothes on. I just put my contacts in. I've literally got 15 minutes to get ready, so we love a Russian queen. But today's the day. I'm not thinking about it. I mean, it's so tiny, like, can you even class it as a tattoo? But oh, I just don't deal very well with pain. And although it probably, well, I'm hoping it won't hurt, it might hurt, so, you know, we'll see. We'll see. Alexa, what's the time?
The time is 9:04 a.m.
9:04. Manny's picking me up in 15 minutes. Live my life. Put the tea in the bag. Wait, literally. Oh, there's another tea. We did not get McDonald's breakfast before. So, we just got a tattoo. Her dad doesn't know.
I don't want to film the reaction.
Please, can we? Oh my god, how are you going to tell him?
I should say I got a tattoo today.
Are you going to tell him today? I mean, the longer you
Possibly.
leave it, probably the worse, I'd say.
I don't know. I think he'll be fine because it's somewhere completely where you can't
Yeah,
see.
that's what, I mean, Dad, you will be watching this, but that's what Dad said. He was like, you can cover it, it's fine. So, yeah, it wasn't too bad. It didn't hurt either, did it? It was just a weird sensation.
Yeah.
Like, we were saying about this, like, obviously,
Oh,
like, a
that's
couple of
sunburning.
seconds it did hurt for a bit, but, like, it was fine. But it's just so cute, and I love it.
I just want to know the psychopaths that get tattoos like on their eyes and that
Or
kind
their
of thing.
nipple? Oh my
Anyway,
god.
I'm so glad we did it though.
I'm so glad we did it. It was just like a lovely experience. We had that 70s show on in the background. She was so
well.
lovely.
Shout out.
We was just chatting like the whole time, and we've got cute little balms to like rub in a couple of times a day. It was just overall very pleasant experience, and 10 out of 10 would do again. Okay, yes, your girl has turned the jumper back around, so on camera you can see the stain. I think it's like olive oil or something, so we love that. I just did my hair. Feel a bit like the Mona Lisa like this. Don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I don't really know how this video is gonna turn out because it was literally just rambling with like weird bits of video footage, but I hope you have enjoyed today's video, and I really am gonna try and keep uploading more, whether it's just like boring vlogs or I don't know, even if I'm literally just like cooking something, I'm like, yeah, let's film, you know, like it's gonna happen. But thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like and comment because that's really fun. And if you're new here, then subscribe because you're in for a wild ride. Okay. Okay. I'm very weird, but if you're weird too, then that's great because you're fitting. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Bye!